and I'm excited to finally get back to doing these. I was doing them in the past every single week, and hopefully we'll be able to do that again. I've played just about every single indie game that's come out on Xbox, and I feel like I need to put that knowledge to good use. And it's kind of a waste if I just sit there and I can't, talk to you guys about games. So I love doing this, and hopefully I'll be able to keep consistent with it because I know it's something I enjoy, and hopefully you guys like these videos. I'm going to try to keep them a little shorter than some of the ones I've done in the past that have been ridiculously long. Obviously, if I have footage of these games, I'll try to, put them in the cards or something in this YouTube video just so you guys can find it quickly and, check it out. So this week's sales, there's a lot of Square Enix games. You're going to notice that really quickly. There's a couple, ID at Xbox games, but not really a big week by any means. So you have Black the Fall here. Now, Black the Fall follows kind of the whole communist regime thing. It's kind of like its own little version of Inside. It's probably the best way to describe this is if someone tried to copy Inside but couldn't do it. So I did not like this game that much at all, to be perfectly honest. I streamed it. I thought the puzzle design was actually pretty obtuse. Pretty frequently, I thought it was just kind of poorly done. Where, when one mechanic works one way, suddenly it doesn't work that way later. There's a lot of stuff in here that just kind of didn't work for me. That said, for $8.99, if you're someone who's very much into that genre, you might still enjoy it. I mean, there's definitely some quality content here. My problem was there was just enough not quality content that I was having problems finishing this one. That's not a game that I actually wanted to go back to after streaming, which is pretty rare, to be honest. Now, Chroma Gun is one of the few I have not had the opportunity to play. So my feedback I'm going to be giving you is basically just off of what I was able to skim off Metacritic before making this video. And what I was seeing is that people were referring to this as kind of like a Portal game that's much like Black the Fall is a worse version of Inside. I was about to say Limbo, but I mean, hey, they're the same thing practically. A worse version of that. This is kind of a worse version of Portal. It doesn't really live up to what Valve created. Obviously there's different budgets at play here. It's really unfair to even compare that. So there's some really cool things. So if you like games like Portal, this is definitely worth taking a look at. It's only $10.49. It's not a bad price for this from what I've been seeing, because most of the reviews were fairly favorable. They were just saying you're missing a little bit of kind of the AAA performance you get out of something like Portal. That was coming out of Valve, and as well as some of the personality. But the puzzles, from what I was understanding, were actually pretty well done. Now, Geometry Wars 3 Dimensions Evolved, we gave this a buy it. It's $5. If you like twin stick shooters at all, I was like, what genre is this? I'm like, it's a twin stick shooter. Where are you going, Kane? If you like those at all, this one's worth picking up. I mean, it's under $5 and it's a really well made game. Geometry Wars 1 and 2 were honestly some of my absolute favorite games that kind of took this genre, just because they were really beautiful, and this one kind of keeps it going. It's got some cool three-dimensional elements at times. Obviously with the name you can kind of guess that, and it does some things well. I mean, personally, I don't think it's the best of this franchise ever, but it's very good, and we obviously enjoyed it a lot. Now, King's Quest: The Complete Collection, I will admit, King's Quest as a genre, or as a franchise, is something that kind of has a lot of nostalgia for me, because I really liked some of the old King's Quest games, even knowing that there were constant dead ends and other random things that eventually you won't be able to beat the game because you screwed up and you accidentally ate a mint. I mean, something just completely random like that. You'll no longer have that mint to give to the genie or something. I don't even know. I'm making stuff up here. It's been so long since I played those, but the new King's Quest kind of gets rid of some of that. So there's no longer the whole concept behind you could, kill yourself or end up with an actual dead end. And this includes all 5 chapters, including the story epilogue. I would say it's a very well made game, very high quality, good writing. I think it's very pretty. Obviously, the art style and stuff is a little bit different than what you may think of with King's Quest. A little more slapstick at times than I remember it being in the past. But at the same time, it's really well done. I'm glad that that franchise is coming back. I need to personally go back and finish it because I think I've only played the first four. But what I've played, I very much enjoyed. And obviously, there's some really good voice acting in those games. Now we have Lara Croft in the Temple of Osiris. This is the sequel to Guardian of Light. Guardian of Light, until the most recent Tomb Raider games, was my absolute favorite Tomb Raider game. I'm pretty sure Rise of the Tomb Raider blows it out of the water, for me at least. But at the same time, like, that should tell you how much I loved Guardian of Light, just because, like, you know, it's a 2D, like, or not 2D, but it's like an isometric top-down game. Not 2D. Where are you going, Kane? That doesn't even make sense. But it, you know, it's not the same thing that you're used to out of Tomb Raider, you know. So it's really well done. It's got amazing puzzles. It's amazing if you play co-op. For $3, it's kind of hard to pass up, even if it isn't my favorite of these two. I think it's definitely something you need to check out. Now, Life is Strange, the complete season, episodes 1 and 5. If you like Telltale style games at all, this one's fantastic. I've only played the first 2 chapters just because, like, as you can tell from this video, I have a chronic ADD gaming habit where I can't ever stick to anything. I don't know, man. There's just too many games and I just bounce around a lot. And I would definitely say that Life is Strange is something that is 100% worth your time. It's got some cool things in there, like with the ability to rewind and change, you know, the past, present, and future. It does a good job in, I would say, a story that doesn't get told in a lot of games, you know? Like, it finds a way to do a cool dynamic between, you know, high school kids and stuff. So there's some interesting stuff going on at play, and it's really well done. So if you like games like Telltale or you liked Oxenfree or something kind of like that, like, this is obviously another game that you should check out. Now, Momonga Pinball Adventures. This one is just kind of weird. It's a different style of game. Now, I did not actually play this one personally, but I remember watching someone on our channel stream it, and it definitely looks a little out there. Like, I personally don't think this is one of the ones I'd recommend. But I mean, at $4.19, it's not exactly, you know, gonna break the bank either. So it's definitely worth looking into and just seeing if that's something you're interested in. For me personally, the best games out of this, I would say, are King's Quest and Life is Strange. But obviously, if you're not into that more story-driven content, you still have Geometry Wars and Temple of Osiris here, which are both very well done. And I mean, Chromagun is definitely worth looking into as well. And Black the Fall, it wasn't my thing, but it may be yours. And hey, if that's the case, more power to you. Hope you guys enjoyed this. I'm going to try to go through the different games that come out every single time. And also got some other cool video content coming through on the XBLA fans channel soon. So thank you guys again so much, and later.